compound inequalities. So, the easiest way, until we get used to graphing compound inequalities without breaking it up, is breaking it up. Notice how this first one has two inequality signs? Okay, so we're going to break it up into two separate inequalities, then graph them, and then combine them. Okay? So, first let's look at this one. Negative 3 is less than x. If we were going to graph this one, first we would have to do what? Flip it. Good. We want the variable to always be on what side? Left side. So when we swap it, we have to swap what else? The sign. Very good. And now that's the first one. The second one's going to be x is less than 6. And is our variable on the left side? Yes, so we don't have to worry about changing it. So here's the two inequalities we're going to graph. So go ahead and graph your number line, or draw your number line. And we want negative 3 on our number line and 6 on our number line. So I'm going to go from 2's, like 2, 4, 6, 8, and start with negative 2, because it's less than negative 3. So I'll go negative 2. Next one would be what?
Negative 1.
0. We're going by 2's. Next one?
2, 4, 6.
Good. And I just did that to make sure that negative 3 and 6 would both be on there.
So we can change
Actually need to go to one more, actually. Let's go to negative 4. Sorry. Alright, we are going to graph this one first. X is greater than negative 3. So at negative 3, will there be an open or closed circle? Open. And it's going to be in between these two values, correct? And am I going to draw left or right?
Right.
Right.
Good, that's which way this is pointing, so I'm going to go to the right, but I'm not going to go all the way, I'm going to stop right there. We'll see. Alright, now I'm going to graph this one, open or closed at 6, and to left or right? To the left, good. So, everything is going to be in between negative 3 and 6. So from now on, instead of splitting it up, anytime there's x in the middle, you can just draw your number line between these two numbers. The last thing we're going to do is put it in interval notation. And remember, we're just looking at the shaded line. Okay, so on the left side, where does it start at?
Negative 3.
Negative 3, good. And it goes to?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. 6, right? So our shaded line starts at negative 3, goes to 6. Parentheses or bracket on each one? Parentheses on which one? Both. Very good. Any questions on that one? Yes. This part? I just wrote down negative 3 is less than x, and then I just swapped them because we always want our x to be on the left side. So I swapped them, and then I swapped the inequality sign. Pretty much, you're just graphing two things, but since we know that this is going to be in between now, that's the point of breaking it up. We don't have to break it up anymore if we don't have to. We'll do it for this one. So like on this one we have 0 is less than or equal to x. So to put our x on the left side, I just write x is what? Greater than or equal to 0. And this one I can leave the same because x is on the left side, so this is x is less than or equal to 3. And now I can graph both of these at the same time. Alright, we want one value less than 0. So we can do negative 1. Do y'all want to go by 1s or 2s? 1s? Okay, so next would be 2, 3. Let's go all the way to 4. Alright, where do we start first? 0, open or closed? Left or right? Right here? Closed, which way? To the left. Yes, thank you. Alright, and now tell me how to write it in interval notation. Bracket. Bracket or parentheses? Very good. And why does it have a bracket?
Because it's less, greater than, less than.
And because of the closed circle. Good.
Yeah. About.
Questions about that one? Everybody's good? Alright, this one's different. How? How is this one different? Yeah, we have to get what? Y by itself in the middle, right?
Yes.
Just like on this one, have the variables in the middle. So here's our Y. Sorry, hold on. Alright, there's our Y. We want to leave it in the middle and move everything else away. So what do we need to get rid of first? The 2, okay? So what are we going to do? Add it to what? All sides. Good. So on this side we would have what? 12 is, do the signs change? No, because we didn't divide or multiply by negative, right? In the middle is less than 21. Now we need to do what? Divide everything by 3. Do we change the signs? No. So tell me what the left side will be. 4 is Y is less than. Very good. Any questions about how we got Y in the middle by itself? Okay. Just look at it like this. This would be easier to do. This is the middle, right? We're trying to get Y in the middle by itself. So first we need to get rid of the 2. So we do the opposite. It's being subtracted by Y, so we add it, right, to get rid of it. So we add it to all sides. Now when we have a 3Y, 3 is being multiplied by Y, so we have to do the opposite, which is divide. And now we have Y by itself in the middle. Alright, on our number line, what's the first number we could start with? 3, and go all the way to 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just go to 9. And our values are going to be in between the numbers 4 and 7, correct? So on 4, open or close circle? Closed, left or right? Good. 7, open or closed? And then to the left. And last thing, our interval notation is going to be what? Good. Very good. And it's from the line that we shaded. So like, where does the line start? That's going to be at 4. Where does it end? That's going to be at 7. Alright, one more together, then you're going to do 5 on your own. I'm going to call on people for number 4. So, Heidi, what do we do first on number 4? Your name's not Heidi. From all sides, very good. So Heidi, what would you get? Okay. Good. And what in the middle? Alright, Carson, what do we do from here?
Make a number line. That'll be divided by 2.
Very good. So then from here, Jessica, what will we get?
3, 10.
Very good. Questions? Alright, Justin, what's going to be first on our number line? Good. We need to go all the way to 7. Alright, Haley. For the 3, open or close circle on the 3? Good, because the bar underneath. Caitlin, open or closed on 6? Good. And the number line's going to be where? Anybody? In between them, right? All right, Diego, what's going to be our interval notation?
Bracket 3, 6, close brackets.
Good. All right, questions? Easy? Yes? Okay, do 5 on your own, then I'll call somebody to work it up. Out in here. So now you need to get rid of what right here? What? All of them. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. This one's going to have a ball in it.
So how do you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
You're welcome. Gotcha. Thank you. You're fine. Very good. Alright, so check your work with Haley because that is correct. Any questions about this part? I know a lot of y'all subtracted 2. I saw that, but this is already subtracted 2, right? So to undo it is what we're trying to do, so you do the opposite, which is adding.
I put add 2, but I should try to back.
Alright, any questions on this one?
So what is the 2? Okay.
Then you would, if you're talking about this,
Just not on the paper.
if you're subtracting -2, this would mean this is a plus. So you just do the opposite. Alright, so all of those that we just did are called and statements, okay? Because it's including two numbers and it's in the middle of those two numbers. Now if you flip over, we're going to be talking about or compound inequalities. Okay? So they're going to give you two things. They'll say x is greater than or equal to 5 or x is less than -3. So you're going to graph both of these, and together you will have your number line looking like this, where there's nothing in the middle and things on the outside. And you can see this graph says x is less than 3 or x is greater than 5. Yes, Levi.
Do we have to do both and then the one?
You don't have to do both. You can do it on one number line. That's fine. So, for example, we need to draw a number line on this one. We don't have to solve because x is already by itself. So from here we just draw a number line, and it says x is less than 0, so give me a number that's less than 0.
-1.
Alright, then we could start there, and this one says x is greater than 4, so we'll have to go to what? 5. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so for x is less than 0, let's go ahead and graph that on here. So it'll be open or closed? Open. And shade left or right? Left. Good. So that was x is less than 0. Now for x is greater than or equal to 4, on 4 there'll be a what? And shade to the?
Right.
Right. Very good.
Are there going to be, where you did like the bracket and then the number, is that not going to be on this?
Oh yeah, you'll have it. See, it's a little different this time. Okay. Because we're going to have two different ones to put in interval notation, right? Because we have two different lines. So let's look at this one first. Okay? Where will it stop on this side? Not infinity, but negative infinity. And it'll go to what? 0.
So we're going to have to do this.
Yes. Okay, so on this one, parentheses or bracket for the negative infinity. Always gets parentheses. This one would get
Bracket.
parentheses because it's an open circle.
Oh.
Alright, so what you have to put in the middle when it's an or statement like this is a U.
What do you use?
And the U stands for or. So you can put that over here. U stands for or. Because in interval notation you don't use words. You use symbols. Like math. This one means and, which we'll get to next chapter. And you can write that down. So this means or, this means and we'll use this one next chapter. Alright, now to finish up with this interval notation. Alright, where does it start at? 4 and goes to infinity. Bracket right here and parentheses right here. Very good. So this says that this solution is either in between this interval or in between this interval. Questions on that? Not every problem, because on these, on the and compound inequalities, none of these had infinity, right? So on the or ones, yeah, you'll most likely have an infinity in those. Alright, for this one, same thing, draw our number line. What can we start with on our number line? Good, and go all the way to, oops, -1, 0, 1, 2. I just threw a 2 in there because mine was too long. Alright, open or closed on -1? Left or right?
Left.
Very good. Open or closed? Right here? Left or right?
Right.
Good. Alright, tell me what my first interval notation will look like.
No.
Parentheses, negative infinity to
-1 bracket.
bracket. What do we put right here?
U.
And then the next one? Bracket.
0.
Good. Questions?
I think this is easier than the other side.
You think so?
Bro, you played yourself.
Alright. That's a -1, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, next one, what's different about it?
No.
We're going to have to solve for x in each one. Okay?
You were saying leave that.
So these two are separate though. So you just solve it like an equation. On this one, we'll have to do what first? Subtract 3. So we'll get x is,
That's the negative one.
very good. Why don't we change the sign?
Because it was already, you didn't like move it from that.
But there's a minus. So why didn't we change it?
If it wasn't on the last time.
No. Because we didn't divide or multiply.
I gotta say.
Yeah, she ain't got a fix yet. Just go to the second.
Yeah.
No, they said they couldn't do two seconds. They were putting on one of them. And then, but this one's the info response said, no music on it. So, anyways, Miss Dennis said she would fix it. Okay. Thank you.
Alright. So the other one, we have to do what to get x by itself? Divide by what? Alright, so now what happens? The sign changes. And what will we have if we divide 4 by negative 1? Just 4. Very good. Now we can graph it. We can go from what numbers? Negative 2 to 5. Very good. Alright, open or closed on negative 1? Left or right? Good. Open or closed? And good. Alright. Somebody tell me what the interval notation would be. Negative infinity to negative 1, parentheses, u, bracket, what else? With, good. Alright, any questions on those? Yes. Mm-hmm. On this one, these are two separate intervals, but you always want to put what first in the interval? This is for everybody. What do you put first in the interval? Has to be what first?
Negative infinity.
The smallest number, right? Okay, so between negative infinity and negative 1, what's smaller? Right here? 4 is the smallest. So infinity's bigger, negative 1's bigger than negative infinity. And to get the two intervals, you just look, alright, at this line and this line. Where does this one stop? It's going to go all the way to negative infinity. And where does it stop on this side? Negative 1. This one starts at 4, goes all the way to infinity. Any questions on that one? Do we need to do one more together, or y'all okay?
We good.
Alright, then 4 and 5 are on your own. Once I check that they are correct, you can pack up.